Hey guys, Daniela here from Best Body Bootcamp. Hope you're having an awesome day. So today I wanted to cover with you one of the very basic exercises, which is a squat. We do squats every single day when we go to the bathroom, when we sit down at our desks, but it's often an exercise that we do very, very wrongly in the gym. So today I just want to go over what those basic points will be to better your squat pattern, okay? So the first point is foot placement, okay? We want to make sure that the feet are not, too angled out, okay? You want to have the feet about shoulder width apart, hip distance to shoulder width apart, okay? And a really great way to make sure that the feet are placed in the right position and that the hips are in the right position is to stand up straight, squeeze the glutes, okay? And just kind of see where the feet start to roll out a little bit, okay? And then that also helps to square the hips in place, okay? Now once you've got that down, we're doing a body weight squat today, okay? So no need to worry about weights, this is the basic. We're going to focus on how we lower down our body, okay? Now the tendency seems to be to bend those knees first. But what happens when you bend the knees first is that all the weight comes forward and we end up putting a lot of pressure on the knees, okay? Instead, we want to think about hinging back, okay? So initiating the movement with the hips, okay? Like you're going to sit back, okay? And then from there, lower down as deep as you can, okay? So for people with really weak knees, you're probably going to be going thighs parallel to the ground, okay? If you're able to, you're going to go a little bit deeper, okay? The idea is you want to go as deep as you possibly can within your own limits at the current time. But you also want to make sure that if you are capable of going low, you're not going so low that you're sinking, okay, your tailbone down, okay? You always want to keep everything nice and stable, navel into the spine, okay? And then from there, proceed to come up, okay? And one really important thing to remember is breathing. Breathing is crucial with a squat, especially as you start to begin to add weight. You want to inhale, okay? Fill the belly with breath, lower down into your squat, and as you exhale, you want to pull the navel into the spine and slowly exhale. And that pull into the spine is what's going to stabilize our body and prevent us from lifting with our back, okay? So the transverse abdominis is going to activate as we pull the navel into that spine and protect us from injury, okay? So breathing is super important. If you feel lost in terms of breathing, you got to do some work on that before you move forward into a more advanced squat variations that incorporate weight or jumping and things like that, okay? And then lastly, the torso is really important during a squat, okay? So if I'm coming down at the same time I'm bending my torso forward, there's very little activation happening where it should be, which is the glutes, hamstring, quads in the squat. So we want to make sure that we keep the chest up, okay? So I always tell my clients to roll the shoulders back, okay, chest out, and then from there, slowly lower as low as they can, okay, into the squat, keeping that chest up, okay? And now, I am going to show you some stretches later on in this series on how to stretch out the hips so that way you can go lower into the squat and have better form, okay? Now, lastly, I'm going to just give you a good tip for beginners, which is to use a bench. When you use a bench, it becomes more visual. You're thinking more about sitting back rather than doing a squat, and often the word squat throws a lot of people off, okay? So just think about sitting down on that bench, just tapping down and then coming back up. And this is really excellent for people that have limited range of motion on their squat, so they can't or shouldn't be going too low at the moment, because this will, stop you and also make you feel really, really safe doing that squat, because the idea is you don't want to actually sit down, you just want to tap, but in the event that you lose your balance or something like that, you are just going to land sitting down on a bench, okay? So it's a perfect way to improve on your squat with good form, all right? So I hope these tips help, guys. Try them out and have an awesome day.